Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Public Works Committee meeting, April 16th. It's 9 o'clock. First on the agenda is the Highway Superintendent, Mr. Bremer.
Morning, everybody. I'd like to request a motion to authorize the chair of the board to execute fuel agreements with the Cooperstown Central School, the Village of Cooperstown, Burning Bus, and we just got the Soil and Water Conservation Districts back yesterday.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
This is at the new rates.
Yes.
They didn't have a problem with it?
Nobody's. No.
Ask for more.
Yay.
Win-win.
So are we gonna need to authorize each contract as they come back? So this is gonna be kind of an ongoing
Yeah,
thing.
there's what do we got 3 more,
Oh, there's okay.
like our snow and ice contract. Struggle to get them back.
Okay.
So we won't have to do these 4 or 5 again? It's
No.
Just the one.
Right, we'll
back.
just do the ones that they can-
Once fuel goes up a lot more, and then next year bump it up again.
Okay, I have the motion is second. I had some discussion. We'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Yes.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Rothway,
Yes.
Hinchy,
Yes.
Powers.
Aye.
So
Okay, that passed.
can I make a comment on that? Just so that's a set price over our price, right?
Correct. Yes.
So it's not gonna,
It fluctuates.
it'll go with, right.
Good, thank you.
We made out good so far this year. We extended our contract last year for fuel when the price was from 2024. And at that time, I remember we were talking about this. We were like, it's a little above the price, the market price right now. Now we're sitting pretty.
Nice.
Okay, next one, I'd like to request a motion to authorize the superintendent of highways to procure all materials and services related to the surveying of county forest properties with the revenue from timber sale bid OTGOV 006 of 26. That was for parcels number 6 and 12, and that was for $101,949. And plus, we want to add in the $19,380 that we already have budgeted for that. And that is going to be a total of $121,332.
So moved.
Here, second.
This is, we talked about this briefly last month.
Did somebody second?
Yes.
Oh,
And then, so we went back and looked through the properties that need the Forester Dan's list of the properties that need surveying, and for this dollar amount, we need to bid it out. So we'll bid it out. How many we can do for this if you want?
These ones that we're talking about surveying, they got timber on that could be cut off.
Yes, so there is one though that was just harvested. We did it 2 years ago over in Edmiston. There's a property line dispute. And the lady that owns the neighboring property, the snowmobile club, snowmobile trail goes through there. She says she owns over here. Dan sees old survey markings that are clearly back from 100 years ago that are back over here. And she gives the snowmobile club a hard time. She gives us a hard time. We've already harvested it, so we're not going to go back in there for a long time. But that is one that Dan really wants to get that property line. Yeah. But the other ones, I think there was one other one that didn't have much for timber on it, so we pushed that one to the bottom. So there's one that's got a good bit of ash on it, so hopefully get that one done.
Okay. Any more discussion?
Yeah, just the 101,000. That's the cost of doing the surveying?
No, that was what we got back from the timber sales. Of the timber sales, 6 and 12. That's what the green paid.
Yeah, okay, I remember
For
that.
the timber, yep.
But we haven't gotten that yet.
No. When we get that, yes, they will pay us ahead of time. They pay us before they do the.
But
The
19,000, if that's budgeted, that's money that's going out though, right?
That's already in the budget. We haven't spent any of it yet. It was budgeted to do surveying.
Okay, so the total, you're totaling them because this is money that we have now.
Once we get the 101,000 from Green,
Gotcha.
then we'll have both of that.
And where does the,
I'm sorry, revenues are in the budget as well. Anticipated revenue, so.
anticipated revenue goes?
Right.
Yeah, but you're gonna see on the next item there, it's gonna do a budget modification for the 109,940.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do with that revenue?
So that's what we're doing. We're gonna do the survey with that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Before we've done replantings too.
Any more discussion? And now we'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Kimchi,
Yes.
Powers.
That passed.
Okay, so the next one is the budget modification for that. One of these I gotta get with the treasurer. He wants to, I think my form was a little off, but we need to increase the revenue line for the sale of forest products, which is A0000-426520 by the $101,949. And we also need to increase the expenditure line, which is A8710-549000. And that's the contracts line under our forestry by that same amount, 101,949.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
A motion.
Second? Motion second, any discussion?
So this is essentially increasing that second line so we can use the 101.
Right now, the only thing in the revenue line is the 19,380. We need to increase it by the amount that we're gonna get from green, and then we need to add in the increase the expenditure line so we can actually spend it.
It doesn't mean we have something to spend on yet. Right.
Once we do put the bid out.
This allows it to spend.
Yep.
Thank you.
We need to wait till we physically have that much before we can
Yeah, I would.
modification.
You can still do the modification now, that's fine. Rich just shouldn't act on anything until he's got the funding. Yep.
I just want to make sure that.
Well, you can go out for bids, right? We don't have to.
We could put it out. We'll get with Green and see what their timetable is, and as long as it's coming along, if they're gonna be a few months, then we'll wait until we're.
How often do we take timber?
Often as we can, but we haven't taken some.
It's like yearly, not yearly.
So the forester is the one that sets that.
We got a forest management plan for all of our
For all, okay.
parcels. It used to be really hit them hard, but lately we've been trying to be more.
Over the years that I've been here, the first 10 or 15 years, we harvest some every year. So they're pretty well down, and now it's just.
Okay.
But with the ash, we're afraid of more people taking them out.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get them out. Or for two reasons. One, takes food away from the boar beetles. Two, we don't lose valuable timber.
Okay, any more discussion? We'll do a roll call vote on that.
McCarty,
Yes.
Wilbur. Brockway.
Yes.
Kimchi,
Yes.
Powers.
Okay, hearing all ayes, no noes, that passed.
Next one, another budget modification to increase D 5010-541500. That's our heat and lights line. And we're gonna take that money from our Bridge New York line, which would be to decrease D 0000435060. That's our Bridge New York line. And D 5112-522400. Why did I use? Oh, okay. That's so the D 5112 Bridge New York line. That's the expenditure line for it. The 00. That's the revenue line. So we can take 22,000 out of that Bridge New York project. This is for the County Route 59 project. We're out of money in heat and lights because our budget got cut. The budget.
We're out already.
We're out.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Can we use Bridge New York money to heat and
So
lights?
this is local money that was for the Bridge New York, the local share of the Bridge New York project, which is not going to be completed this year. So it's better judgment. Our budget was like 84,000 in heat and lights, and it got cut to 60,000 or whatever. And we're over budget by a few $100s last year, so we're going to be more than that this year. We anticipate this to get us through the year. So the Bridge New York funds is 95% federally funded and 5% local, so we have to have 5% local funds in there. This is part of those 5% local funds. Jimmy and the engineer, they've been going back and forth. They believe we're gonna have like 165,000 left at the end of the year. We're gonna buy some materials. We need some more engineering done. We got some inspection to do. So we're gonna have local money left in this line. As we go through the year, then we can grab more of that. We're gonna be out of money in overtime, sand and salt probably. So let's just take, if you guys approve, let's just take the money for the heat and lights for now. And then
So is that 165 and 22 gonna be enough for the rest of the year?
the 22 is just for heat and lights. That's all we need for heat and lights. And
To get you through the year?
yeah, that'll get us through the rest of the year. Should,
I also think the lesson learned, we need to remember this budget time.
yes. Now take from heat and lights.
And
Those,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And this is the one that the treasurer had some questions on, right? So there could be some small changes to it. I think we're gonna end up with the 22,000 in your heat and lights, but there might be some tweaks to the
tweaks
modification
to the
itself.
way that,
Yeah.
the way that I have it worded. He didn't like something with that. Usually if you do a budget mod, you have to increase and decrease. Well, these are two, and maybe whatever he wants to do. At the end of the day, we're gonna take 22,000 and put in the heat and lights from Bridge New York.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
Yes, so the other option is what?
I proposed contingency and then county administrator's office pushed back and wanted me to find it out of one of our lines.
And is there a
So-
reason? Go ahead. Is there a reason we're doing this right now? Like,
Because we have a nice thing bill sitting.
okay, but if this is gonna be the money for the rest of the year, are we gonna have more nice side bills?
Oh, yeah. This,
Okay.
this will cover all of this.
It will.
So. I'm with you. We need to remember this at the end of the year, and I would like, if we can, see that money restored, contingency further on. So if you could remind us.
Well, if it's money that he's not gonna use, it's just gonna sit there anyway.
It's not.
Huh?
There is no money that we have sitting anywhere that we're not gonna use
Well, this was for the bridge that we're not gonna do
this year.
this year.
Next year will be here pretty quick though.
And then that's $22,000 less you have for that next year bridge. Highway is always the one that gets hit.
Well, we see what happens when we get closer to the end of the year about contingency, if there's anything left. I have motion and second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Next one, oh, sorry.
No.
I have a quick question. Sorry. You were bringing up, so at the end of the year, I'm just trying to figure it all out. If we have money left in contingency, it says we will have 165K. Will that replenish then the 22? Or is there probably a list of things that might need replenishing by that point? Like, how do we prioritize that list of,
By him reminding us, and then we make that decision.
he keeps telling us over and over, so it moves it up to the top and then, okay,
Well,
okay.
that's up to us to decide.
He may have a grand total of a lot more than that, but the end of the year,
Mhm.
you know.
But the problem is, this is April, 4
Yes.
months in. So by the time we get to November, December, we're gonna forget about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's good to ask the department head to give us a little tickler, hey, you took this from me.
Does contingency go back into fund balance?
If we don't use it, yes.
Yeah. So that's my point.
When does it go back into fund balance? January 1st or?
Technically, when the treasurer closes the year, which is after the audit, normally around May or so, but we stop drawing upon it basically fairly shortly after the turn of the new year.
Okay.
So, last year's budget already put him in a hole. This just puts them in a depot.
Thanks.
Okay, we did a vote on that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Request a motion to amend resolution 53 of 2026 for the paving of county highways. We'd like to increase the amount from 3.5 million to 4.5 million with no other change.
I'll motion and I have a discussion.
We have a second?
Second.
So where is that money coming from?
So this is because of the local money that you guys approved to buy the plow trucks.
Right.
We're able to use that money for paving and the box.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cause he's buying the plow trucks out of chips.
Out of local money. I had
If they ever
budgeted.
pass a budget.
Wait a minute, we're buying the trucks out of chips?
That's, no, that's what I had figured on
Right.
when the budget was, but then when you all approved the plow trucks with local money,
Good.
that gives us the extra chips money to go pay. So
Oh,
this
okay.
year's trucks are out of local money.
Good.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that was great.
Good.
And that's what it gets. More paid.
I have a motion and a second, do I? Okay, any more discussion? We'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Brockway,
Yes.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Okay, that's.
Okay, so we gotta go over our credit card purchases. We had NICEAG for $26.56, $766.86, $748.48, $215.99, $216.55, $22.89, $27.10, $533.23, $376.07. Otsego Electric for $1,311.15. And I'd like to put in the record our bid from paving bid OTGOB -009 of 26. Cobsco Stone was the low bidder for all of our projects this year. Country 4 was $415.40. Country 11 and 11C was $1,129,657.51. Country 18 and 18C $830,658.40. Country 25 is $465,196.20. Country 34 is $445,890.10. Country 35 is $409,798.30. And just like make note, with the state budget being not passed yet, we have drawn back on our paving program until we see what the budget is, if the CHIPS gets reduced or where we're at.
Here we are, Mayflower.
Yeah. And you can see what we're looking to do. Our salt bid's going out shortly. Our fuel bid will go out. Salt bid and fuel bid both have a lot of towns that are involved in that. Everyone following
Okay. I want to thank you publicly for taking the trees down over by the monuments. Nice.
that. We're gonna go up and grind the stumps here shortly.
Well, we're gonna talk about that in a while, but we don't have to stick around for that. Thank you.
I have something, not necessarily popping in my head when discussing forestry. Because and this is kind of for the attorney, I think. Because our lands are public, we allow people to for recreational hunting, hiking, whatever. Run these logging operations. In today's day and age, would it be a wise thing to consider posting those lands as a hazardous area?
We've done that in the past,
Okay.
where it was like there was a kind of a time overlap between the hunting and the harvesting of the trees. So what we did was put out some sort of, Rich, I think you post the property.
Notice we close it.
Yeah.
We close it right down during then, but we don't allow them to do it during hunt season.
Right.
To
Okay.
harvest.
I
Yeah.
have a quick, what part of 18 you're paving?
Above where we did last year, just above South Ed, we went 2.5 miles north of South Ed. We're continuing from there to Dyhill
Okay.
and then
And
18.
you're gonna do the shoulders as well, right?
Yeah.
That's a problem for them Amish people, I know that, there's no shoulder.
Yep.
But it tips hard to the ditch.
That section was, the state paved that for us several years ago and they narrowed it down. That's only like 19 feet.
Yeah.
And so that one has, it's just this little bit of a lip, but it's just
Well, that's just
enough.
when they can't get off the road, and people are zipping
Yep.
by them, it makes it tough up
Yeah,
there.
it is.
I have two questions. Do you have a map of all the county roads? Could you email it to me? Awesome. I want to kind of get a visual of where
I
all.
think you can go down and get
Get out of real property.
property, they'll give you a map.
Print
They
out.
used to hand out the maps,
Yeah, they have real nice.
these are good maps. Cemeteries of Otsego County. Come on,
I'm ready to 7 series.
no, it's got all the roads and everything on it.
You can go down to real property. They'll
Good
probably
map.
never-
It'll be just county roads.
No, no, say the whole county.
Over.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't need I just want to see just county roads highlighted.
Okay.
Okay, just so I can. And then the second thing is, I had a constituent, not of my district, reach out about where 33 meets 66.
The south end or the.
South end, where 66 meets 33, there's a barn there, there's like an access point. You mentioned that you might have a right of way, or at least kind of help keep that little right of way clean, because someone's dumping like material with metal protruding out everywhere. And he does like, it's Brent from Canoe and Kayak, and he uses that spot to like kind of put in, it's a safe spot to get in and go down. And he's like, he's gonna be doing a workshop with these like high level canoers, and he's like, I don't really want the metal debris everywhere.
That's actually state, I believe the state owns that. I'll look, the bus turns around there, so we help them with a shoulder
Okay.
there, but
Oh,
I'll
okay.
check and see if
Is it
it's.
166 state?
Yes.
Okay, so it might be a state right of way. Is that easy to get a hold of them?
Poniata. I can give you the phone number.
That'd be great, because he's doing this workshop. He's kind of trying to get this interest.
So
Highlight it.
meeting, I'll give you.
Okay. 'Cause I mean, it's just 2 loads, but somebody's dumping not clean fill at all right there.
Well, it's illegal.
And it could be the person who owns the barn too, could be on their property. The state only has what they have.
So somebody can
it
talk
could
to
be
them.
their-
Well, it's still not legal.
It depends what it is, right?
There's giant chunks of metal protruding. Okay, thank you.
Right, thanks, Rich.
Thank you all.
Donahue. Morning. Morning, how are you? Yeah. Couple things this morning, first, item, seeking approval for funding of pest control services included fiscal year 2026 $549,000 contract budget lines for the following building. Meadows, A1630, Public Safety Building, A1629, Central Kitchen, A1628, Tiny Homes, A1627, County Office Building, A1625, Courthouse, A1620, Old Jail, A1623, and the 242 Satellite Office Building, A1622, not to aggregate exceed $6,100. Your motion,
Second.
discussion.
Where did this 6,100 come from? The number? We talked about this last month.
Yeah,
Did it come from an RFP or?
no, we gathered 2 quotes
Okay,
for this.
okay. This is just the estimate.
If anything, 7,000 or under, and quotes over that.
Hmm. And who have we chosen a vendor? What? Okay.
It was close other vendor. Yeah,
Wow.
So there was discussion, I think, about it was gonna be $200 a month. But didn't last month, it wasn't, or last somewhere. Wasn't somebody saying it was gonna be 200 a month for pest control for
That was,
public safety?
that was
buildings?
just
Public safety only.
right.
Okay. So that's included in this, right? Meadows Public Safety, okay, so
I
it's,
didn't bring the breakdown when we had up there, each building,
oh, but this is the total for a year, 6,100.
right? For all the buildings, except that now,
That's not a bad price, really.
but no. Like this building, we have very little issues, no mice, just, ants or bees or something, so this is like per diem. The annex. The annex isn't included in this. We have no reported pest issues there to my knowledge, so.
What's the annex?
Yeah,
The
other courthouse down there,
courthouse on the corner,
Oh,
down on
two
Main,
buildings down here.
yeah.
corner of Leather Stocking. Yes, sir, on the same campus.
Representative McCarty.
Yeah.
Um, there was a discussion in the last meeting but there was a discussion about the jail area, the public safety.
This,
Is that included in this?
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember, did you all approve funds for that, at that time?
It approved the sheriff to contract with somebody.
Okay, so, but you're now
we're
saying,
taking,
okay, just want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
It didn't come to this committee last time, it went to public safety.
Yeah. Because it was an emergency.
Well, I'm not
No,
doubting
no,
it.
I'm just explaining.
It wasn't.
We talked about it though.
Well,
Phil wasn't here. Right? I
never mind.
know we talked about it. Well,
But anyway,
I know that.
it was talked about. I don't remember the $6,100. I remember.
No, no, it was,
It's like, we have lots of mice, we need to do something right
it
now.
was, the last discussion was.
now we got solid numbers.
No.
the other issue is what about the outbuildings that the highway uses?
We've never, done anything with that.
And what about those new buildings we're gonna be potentially?
Tiny homes.
Tiny homes is in this, yeah. We've had
Yeah.
a number of reported pest issues, mice, ants.
This is an extent to get to the barns where we're storing equipment on the new parcel. It might eventually though.
Now then you could have a problem because that's an old farm.
building.
That's not the problem. But it's just, coming up courthouse.
That actually could explain why you've got so many over at public safety, because now the food's running out of the farm.
I just wondered if the annex ought to be included if they don't have to do anything with that.
We've never had any.
I know, but it only takes one.
But you could always amend it later.
And this money's coming out of contingency?
That's my, next request.
Oh, so we gotta approve it first, then find
You gotta approve that it's budgeted, because it wasn't budgeted, and then.
There was nothing budgeted?
Yeah.
All right, we have a request for,
Well, sorry, one more thing. So if it's never been budgeted, how did we deal with pests in the past?
It wasn't budgeted,
this,
only for this year.
Yes, you
Because it
pulled
was
out of the
slash.
budget.
Right,
We got them coming into the year when there were these
So-
pests, so it's, yeah, okay.
It
Yeah,
always was.
gotcha. Okay, thank you.
all right, we'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Brockway,
Yes.
Vinci,
Yes.
Powers.
Pass.
The next is requesting approval for funds to be transferred in contingency. A 1990 548,000 to various 549,000 building contract lines for in various amounts not to exceed $6,100. And we just handed Alan the 8 transfers.
Yep, I've got those and
They're
I'll hear
all-
those
they're
from
all-
Loretta after the meeting.
So those 8 transfers are, need a motion,
So much of it.
second. Those 8 transfers are coming out of these 8 budgets? You know what the plan is?
No, the 6,100 is gonna come out of contingency and go into the various building budgets in different amounts. And Tim's got that all detailed in the transfer forms.
Guidelines.
So there's no way in those 8 things in their budget that money could come from instead of contingency?
Well, our contract line would suffer for things that are already budgeted for those lines.
Well, personally, I think it's an absolute necessity to have pest control. $6,100, it's not like it's 61,000.
And that's not a bad price.
No, that's not it.
Okay, any more discussion? Roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Side.
Brockway,
Aye.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Approved, okay, that was approved.
Next thing, requesting approval to put a sound barrier partition wall to soundproof the office of the clerk of the courts in the basement of the courthouse, not to exceed $465 in materials, funding from A1620 to 545,000 coming from courthouse materials and supplies, and building services will do the labor.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is that building's on the historic register.
Yes,
Do we have to do anything with that?
well, not gonna change anything. We're
Okay.
building a wall against the existing wall.
Oh,
So we're just shrinking the one office by that much, putting
Okay.
it's rock wool insulation. Insulated. We'll never know.
Can you make a drop ceiling?
It's in the basement, and actually,
Why don't
a curved vaulted ceiling. This was in Mike, on the left-hand side before the election was. So. Like the government. You can just hear the money on the side.
Any more discussion? Do a roll call vote for $465. Okay,
McCarty,
aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brockway,
Yes.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Right. Okay, that passed.
Okay, next I'll just share some of the updates about, the bids I got out, the bid out for the, courthouse gutter collection boxes and replacement of the ice cable. Courthouse. On the west-hand side, gutter boxes like we did on the northeast corner a couple of years ago, solved that problem. And we've had water coming in this winter. And we did not budget for the ice cables. So, but I added that onto the bid because it just makes sense to do it. Let's on site the gutters and determined they completely failed this year.
The gutters did? Or the ice cables?
Ice cables, the gutters have been failed. Well, but the ice cable was put in over 20 years ago. You use the original breakers, wiring. So that's out there, and get a bid out for the well rehab for the Meadows well. That'll be open maybe just before next.
Which well is that? The one that's in the middle of the farm?
No, that's our primary well.
See, we haven't yet.
The Meadows well is right adjacent to the west entrance to the little brick.
Oh,
Right there, but the parking lot.
okay.
See what we get with that. War Memorial.
You want to talk about that, do it?
Sure.
So far, I just got the bid from Humphreys yesterday. The guy that came and looked at us with us. And, we had another bill for, pointing and cleaning. The guy from Humphreys came down and, that monument has moved quite a bit. And remember I told you it cost 300,000-400,000. If by rights down the road, it should be taken down and put back up. But we kind of feel that it hasn't really moved that much where it would probably stay there another 25 or 50 years, who knows? So what comes down to, we kind of come up with a kind of a plan that maybe, which he agrees, if we cleaned it first, it would look decent, and then do the pointing and stuff as where we can find the money to do it. Right now, it looks like we're to do it all, it would be around $60,000. I'm not gonna say how much the prices were given in, because I don't want that on the record in case we.
Yeah, cause I got, a mason I had look at it, he's gonna come in with, 3 separate prices, one to clean, one to point, and then,
Yeah, well,
one for the walk.
that's what this one is.
And,
I'll give you a copy.
So that's marble, but not limestone. I gotta.
it is, we thought it was limestone.
And the other thing is the joints on the floor, the platform, aren't concrete. They're like sand or something. So the guy, that's all gonna probably come out where when it's all done, I suggested puttings that from kind of the joint thing I told you about that hardened down. He said he wouldn't, he would just put sand in it because if people come do the monument, the routing and everything, that they would have to take that out anyway, so. But, I don't know where we're gonna get the money. I don't know what we can do to raise money legally. Can we go GoFundMe page? Can we do any of this stuff?
Yeah, I don't think you can do a GoFundMe. I think it's frowned upon to do a GoFundMe. I'll look into like other opportunities for raising money, but I think if someone wants to donate money,
Who would they donate it?
I think they could donate the money to the county, but we can't. I don't think we can solicit it. So let me just look into it a little bit more.
Well, as soon as you
I
can.
think we can talk to Jeff Katz too with the community.
I've talked to him.
Oh, he did, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he said to go through Andrew, but I haven't heard anything more.
Okay.
Do you have donors in mind?
Well, there's people that have called and said that they could go out thinking, and also there's a cemetery thing in Albany that gives money out for cleaning cemeteries. And I turned that application and that name over to Tam and have her look into it. I guess you had to have the quotes for them to come out. And then there's a bunch of paperwork, but I just didn't know if we could put something on the county website looking for donations towards it.
How did we do it last? It was donated last time.
Somebody donated, and
From
we just
veteran-
gave permission for them to do it,
Okay,
to use it.
okay. And do we know which
I think
department
we-
handled that?
I think it was the Clark Foundation, I would say for sure.
But do we know what department in the county handled that?
It came to Public Works, and we gave them permission to go on the ground and do it.
Was there a department head who helped assist with it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Right. I don't know, it's probably been 10, 12 years, but it would be nice if we could move along, at least get it cleaned, and
10 or 12 years and he's an old day.
I think we were thinking.
time flies
18,
by when they've
but
been here so long.
That's the point, that's the pointing, and
You
it's
were
all
here when it
over
was
it.
built,
Okay,
so.
Yeah,
That's because.
I feel like it. So, I feel that the bids are pretty well even, some of them were. There was 2 outfits that I got a hold of that wouldn't bid it. One was in Frankfurt, which I had recommendations from, they said it was too far. That's why they pointed it to Humphreys, and apparently Humphreys are doing a bunch of them up here in Cooperstown, and they're also gonna be doing some up the end of the lake, because they get this grant money from this cemetery association to do that.
And
Well,
the stonemason, I talked with him this morning, stonemason I met with, he's still putting together his
Okay.
numbers.
And the grant money, that's something that Tammy's working on, like, that's something that the county can,
That's why I handed it over to him, because
Yeah.
I didn't, I talked to her probably 3 days ago, and well, the lady is doing it, she hadn't got to it yet,
okay,
but at least now we got some numbers.
right.
When we do the grant, we can tell them what we're asking for. And, I did check with Humphers, they do have work comp and insurance and all that stuff, so. So it's ongoing, but, there's been a lady that reached out that said she want to do some fundraising, so. Should I just tell her to go ahead and do the fundraising, and then donate the money? Do something?
I think you should wait on that.
Okay, good.
Just like maybe even a day, I'll email you.
Okay.
Or call you.
Okay. But does that plan sound acceptable to clean it and then worry about the mason work afterwards? And they also,
So we're cleaning it, concern before was it was limestone, you couldn't go with the pressure washer, right? But now if it's marble, I don't see that restriction.
and then also there was talk, there's two prices in here about the walkway. It's, I think like, was it stamped concrete would be nice?
That's an idea.
It was, but I ran it by the guy I was working with, and he said that it could be, that's usually slippery. It has like a coating. And then it would fail like any concrete.
Well,
So,
it is sealed, but
Yeah.
there's also texture to it. And you can get any type of stamping you want, I think.
Okay.
Doesn't the city of Oleana have like stamp, it look like stamped brick in places where I think some of their, it's not actual brick, but it looks like brick.
no,
The other thing you
no,
can
it's
do
actual
is
break,
paper.
that's front of 240.
No, but that's what I'm saying, you can do the stamped concrete.
They write something bigger.
There is smooth on it, but it depends on what pattern you
Right,
choose.
exactly.
You're very,
Same thing years ago when I was in blacktop, they put down
Yep.
hot blacktop and then they put the wire mesh on it. To make the grooves, and then they rolled it in. Stamped it that way, so.
so I wouldn't shy away from that because
Okay.
of the coating on it. You shouldn't put salt on it the first year or whatever, but.
Yeah, and that doesn't get salted, and
Right,
you
so.
know, do some removal on.
You can close that for fun.
We
Well, that's what
never
I'm
had
saying,
snow.
that's,
Yeah.
but,
And we also got prices on making it the width of the front and then out to the road, to the sidewalk. And then there's a quote there, even having a 6-inch step or doing away with a step, either one.
Do away with stuff, so it's ADA.
Well,
Well, here's the thing. Don't do that. Opportunity for it. Loss.
I didn't hear it, I'm sorry.
If you don't do it, if you don't make it complete ADA accessible.
Oh.
And you renovate it, there's an opportunity for a lawsuit.
Yeah, I think if you renovate it, are you changing it?
Right.
no, we're just not we're cleaning it and changing the walkway.
You're changing the walkway?
You're changing the walkway.
Then I think that's, again, I can look into it, but I think if you're making changes, then you need to,
But is it
Probably
something
upgrade that.
is it something we really want somebody up there on a wheelchair?
You can't make that
What?
determination. Trust me from somebody that deals with it daily. If you alter it, you have to make it ADA accessible. And even,
There's not a big difference in the price of that.
no, so you need to go with ADA. So even if you don't alter something, somebody can bring litigation against you, to alter it to make it ADA. And
Would it need to be engineered? You know,
not necessarily.
Why would you need the railing if you made the whole thing up to the top of it? So on the front. There would be no reason to have any railings.
You just need to follow ADA compliance, and that's easily obtained.
yeah, an inch a foot. Inch a foot, right,
Yeah.
for every inch up, you got.
One on
start
12.
out with a foot. That right.
Okay, anything else on that? I guess we're still working on it. Hopefully we're wrong. So if we got another question, we got these quotes, do we have to still go out to bid for this?
if the amount is over
It's gonna be close with everything around 60 grand,
Say yes, because that's over 35. You would go out to bid.
even if we do it in different parcels, like 3 different things.
Yeah.
So then we need to come up with some kind of spec.
Yeah, because you would put a bid out and then folks can respond to that bid.
So could we take whatever's out here and put that out for bids?
Yeah.
See what happens?
Right.
And you might be able to work with purchasing to, they may have already sent something similar out for another county or, so we don't have to recreate the wheel, that, you know, you'll work with purchasing very similar to every other bid or RFP.
Assistance with ADA stuff,
Yeah, my recent experience with purchasing, they want us to read the specs.
For the specific project, yes, but I'm saying for other parts of, like, if they've already sent one out for something similar, you can use the shell of that and you put in your specific specs.
Restoration.
Yes, yes, yeah.
We still have to do this even though we're not using county money?
Yes. And we might be using grant money, right? So even when we use the county uses grant money, we go out for bid on those projects, same as highway, same as, so you use the process.
You'd have all 3 items priced separately in a bid, the cleaning, the block.
Okay.
Could have 2 options for the block, the stamped concrete and the bluestone.
Well, the bluestone is kind of out of the picture. Because apparently, according to Matt from Humphreys, when the county took the trees down, they backed over that sidewalk. Kind of broke some stones.
Oh, well, they weren't gonna, you couldn't reuse those stones anyway, according to the stone mason I was talking to, because they're so, when you pound them back in, they're.
Bluestone's nice.
But I like the stamp idea. Stamp.
Those weren't gonna be reused.
All right. I'll give you this one. Can you come up with some kind of a thing to put out for bid?
Yeah.
Maybe talk to Tammy. Cause she's got the application for that grant.
Oh,
Eric.
there it is. Yeah.
All right, you can go on if you want now.
Yeah, it was just.
What are the windows? Something easy.
Oh, yeah, the Meadows windows, they're completed, except they put one window in the wrong spot, so we're getting they're ordered another window for us. So they're eating it, getting an extra window out of it, so otherwise it's done. Finished a bill in the DA's office we've been working on over a year. It was like 2 office spaces. In the back there's the DA's office. The more trail is complete, except for the lighting, the wiring.
Canopy deal, but.
It is it's a steel.
Steel canopy, yeah.
Big plus carport.
Yeah, that's what we work.
It's anchored to the concrete and blacktop.
Good job.
Securely. Look, it matches them. Let's go Harry model project at the Meadows. Waiting on the electrical inspector. That's ready to move forward, but
County codes doesn't do electrical stuff.
No code office. Let's see.
I didn't go back here. And that's all.
Okey dokey.
Good question. I was looking at this maintenance report. And you found an intercom packed with tissues and toothpaste.
Public safety.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's somebody was
One
high.
of the archery.
Okay.
Not uncommon.
Presumably.
Tissues and toothpaste though. I just trying to figure that out. What the mindset is. Just wording things.
Wasn't no mouse.
Okay, thanks.
Well, we started with the shower drain, you had the D-bag, plastic bags. Backed up to,
That's
was
what,
that 3 years ago?
there's always something that
It'll-
you wouldn't believe what's in the septic tank. But
I don't wanna know.
If you remember, a couple of months ago, we had a problem there with the septic.
Yeah.
First question I asked was it go to the grinder, and there's a grinder there, right? So it doesn't do that,
Yeah,
because they love to do that,
sure.
Yeah.
Round up batteries and so there's.
whatever.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, I think next on the agenda is chamber building use application request. She was gonna be here, but we have a request to use the property out front. We've done this for the last 2 or 3 years from the chamber here in Cooperstown. The non-for-profit, September 5th and 6th, 8 AM to 5 PM. I think the only thing they use is maybe electric. So want to have a motion to approve that again?
I'll
Do
second
it
it.
every year for them.
Do a roll call vote?
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brockway,
Yes.
and G.
Yes.
Powers.
Okay, we have another one from the Women League of Voters to use the courthouse from 6 to 9:30 as of March 30th. Specific dates have been available. Maybe June 2nd, June 3rd, or 9th or 10th. I have a little problem with this. This may be just me, which usually is, so. I can get Carol, give me a copy of the policy. Which she did, and under Otsego County allows the following entities to use county facility as follows. All municipalities entitled to located in the Otsego County, non-for-profit corporations with a proof of such status required. Political parties, swearing-in ceremonies for elected state, county, and village offices, wedding ceremonies performed by a judge, wedding reception, or parties are not permitted. I don't know what the Women's League of Voters is. Is it a political party or a non-for-profit?
Supposedly, they're a nonpartisan entity. I question that, but I think you need to approve it.
They're pretty nonpartisan. As far as some groups go, they're pretty nonpartisan.
Regardless,
Well, the other thing I have a problem with is,
I think you need to approve it.
I-
Because courts.
can I finish, please? The other problem I have with, the fee is $100 for the first 3 hours, $50 per hour thereafter. No food, drink, and beverage. We have to have security in that building. And security, I understand, for those 3 to 4 hours is between $400 or $500. Personally, I don't think taxpayers should be paying for that. I think in this policy, it should be redone. In any, from now on, it should be any expenses that are incurred by people being in there should be paid. And is the Women League of Voters gonna pay the $130, $150?
Well, if it's in the policy, but you can't deny them because it's gonna cost more. It's in the policy, so you need to.
No, I know that part now, but down the road, but I just, I don't know. I'm not happy with it myself, but.
So is the policy explicit about which places can be used by public?
Any county building
Any county building, it says.
facility, yeah.
Okay.
This
Which that itself is kind of strange.
outfit has approval if they wanted to have it at the highway garage. Somebody would have to approve it, or for 242 or anywhere. It just falls under this committee.
I think you should reform where you can have public gatherings. For one reason, a lot of buildings are not designed for public gatherings and would be actually a violation of law, i.e. the highway department.
Well, they all have max capacities and, I mean, this room, they could use this room if they wanted.
If we approve it,
Well, you know, I just,
I,
Well, the buildings belong to the public
Sure,
ultimately.
sure.
Deny them right to use their own property is, could be contested. So that's, I think that's the. No,
I was just wondering though, are there some spaces that don't require as much overhead? Like, are there some spaces that wouldn't need security, which would be a lot more costly?
outdoors.
I think,
Meadows, classrooms.
I think that what Keith is going at, any of them, but there's costs to use some that aren't at other.
Yeah.
So maybe you look at different options.
I mean, if we have to have, say they had it on a weekend. Oh, this, well, weekend holiday fee are as follows. That's the hundred. So maybe they don't charge during the week, I mean, according to this thing. But even
We
if
have
you
staff here,
So I motion that we allow them use of the courthouse contingent upon courts approval. You can't do it in the middle of a court trial.
well, it'd be night, at 6:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
It's not during the day, it's at nighttime.
And in concurrence with the policy.
And if-
Policy's out of date, updated.
Man, who sees about getting security there? Whose job is that?
We would have to ask the sheriff.
Why are they asking for the Meadows building and the courthouse? Seem like-
Oh, they're asking for both.
It says building and specific room being requested, courthouse, county office building, Meadows building, etc. Oh, that's giving them the options.
Yeah,
Never mind, sorry. But just the courtroom.
I would prefer to see him in the classroom.
Yeah.
At the Meadows, but
But we would need security for that still. Someone would have to stay
Well,
after hours.
yes
right?
and no. You just need to make sure they don't go.
no, they really can't, they can't really go too far down there unless they got
The doors are locked.
you gotta have a pass to get out.
Right.
Well, I know that I'm on the school board on the outside. Right now, we are completely redoing our policy because the past precedence was that every space was worth the same amount of money. And so we're doing the same thing right now. You know, if you use the track, it's gonna be X number of dollars. And so we're really parsing it out because costs have gotten so expensive and each facility is so different.
And I think this was done in 2015. So,
This was 16 years old. I'm sorry, 11 years old.
Who would we ask to redo that policy?
well, in this committee.
Yeah, I would bring it before you,
Okay.
make some changes, bring it before you, but so far I have some of the discussion that we've had right now, like the cost, maybe time constraints, like just spelling it out a little bit more. If somebody wants to rent the space after hours, there's a fee associated with it, with staffing.
right,
I'm assuming that's what you're looking for.
staffing and security.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we need, you
I can make a motion if we have we made a motion.
I made the motion.
You made the motion?
to let them use it. We had a second?
I made a second. Was it seconded?
No, usually.
Oh, I did. Okay, good.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I'll have a roll call vote.
McCarty,
I really got a problem with this. Yes.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Brockway,
Right.
Kinsey,
Yes.
Powers.
Okay, it passed.
When we notify them, we may want to tell them the policy's gonna be changing in the future. There will be fees. Don't let them think that next year they're gonna be able to do it, the next election's like, oh, at no fee. They'll just wanna tell them that we're gonna be updating our
Right.
policy. There may be fees, there may be more fees to use the courthouse in the future.
But also I'd be careful not to let them think it's because of that. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, it's
we've picked up on some holes because we reviewed it, so.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's an outside entity. If it's something like budget hearing and all that stuff, you know, it's,
That's it.
that's different.
And it stops it.
Sure. You gonna relay that to Carol about notifying them about, does she send out the notice they've been approved?
I don't know who does that.
Okay. I'll ask her.
Okay.
Okay. All righty, let's see. Is there anything else?
Day before yesterday, Tioga County passed a resolution at their board meeting to object to the governor's proposal to put solar farms on forest land, state forest land. This afternoon, I'm gonna be with Assemblyman Tay. He's protesting, he's attempting to, you know, deny it. We have between 9,000 and 10,000 acres in Otsego County that are state forest land. I think it's totally reprehensible that we've been protecting these forest lands for 90 years. I don't know. Now all of a sudden, we may want to consider cutting down the trees and putting solar arrays in it. So I would like to forward to county attorney, Tioga County's resolution. And I don't know if it should come from this committee or solid waste.
I think someone's bringing it to solid waste, OCCA, I think.
Okay,
That's why I was giving the heads up. I'm not
Yeah, I
trying
saw
to.
that.
okay. All right, I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, that would probably be both.
Or admin, but
Yeah.
either.
I'm just saying.
Thing of it is, we're responsible for how many thousand acres of county forest land that we don't want solar panels on, so why shouldn't we be part of that too?
You know, and it's consistent. The state mandates something, you take the local control out of it. You know, and that's really the issue. It's property here in Otsego County. Somebody in Otsego County ought to have some type of authority over that justice. That's where the objection. And if it's gonna be a SWAC, that's fine. I just was hoping that we could get it. If everybody was in, you know, agreement, leave generally.
I would agree.
I want to read the resolution because I want to see exactly what they're trying to say. Because state can do whatever they want. So how do we intervene? I mean, how do we have the power?
It's an objection.
It's mostly an objection. So it's just basically an objection.
Please don't pass it through.
It has
Gotcha.
no,
Yep.
it has no binding.
Our stance is, we don't want you to do it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's easy.
if we remain silent on it,
So yeah.
we're complicit, in my.
And
All right,
your constituents will be with them.
well, yeah, so, all right,
Well, it could have a pretty good impact financially on economic tourists around
Oh,
here.
sure.
Stick up solar panels all on state land.
it just seems counterintuitive that, you know, protect these lands forever, let the forest grow and whatever, and cut them down and.
Forever wild. That was
Especially,
forever solar.
especially when we have like brownfield sites all over that
Well,
are
that was,
like that are just waiting to get soils tested. No
That
one's
was-
doing anything with it. Just stick the panels there for now.
in Tioga, I read the newspaper report, in Tioga County's their board's discussion, someone said, we have brownfield, we have rooftops, let's put them there, not cut down a tree.
I think with brownfields, technically to do development, break soil, you have to do testing. But I think for solar panels, you don't actually have to worry about remediation. You can just stick panels on top, which is great.
Yeah.
No one's
Anything with
developing
solar
it.
panels is subject to floodplain.
Okay,
So you have-
I didn't know, Jim,
Yeah.
I didn't see that, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody got anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Salute.
All in favor?
Aye.
All.
Recording stopped.
Here's